I just found a car that flips everything we thought we knew about luxury EVs on its head. Imagine a sleek, futuristic sedan that gives you a 600+ mile range, autonomous driving tech that looks like it was stolen from NASA, and a living room on wheels interior that would make even Mercedes blush. Now here's the kicker. It's not from Germany, it's not from the US, it's from China. Meet the IM Motors L7, a car so advanced it makes Tesla's Model S look like an iPhone 4. But the real shock comes when you see what's inside. Before we dive in, make sure to hit that subscribe button because this channel is all about cars that will blow your mind. Alright, let's talk about the looks, because honestly, the IM Motors L7 doesn't just show up to the luxury EV party, it crashes it wearing a tuxedo. From the front, you've got this sharp, aggressive stance. The headlights, they're not headlights, they're basically laser eyes, slim, futuristic, and connected by a sleek LED strip that makes the whole car look like it's staring straight into the future. The hood flows down smooth and low, giving it that aerodynamic shape that screams, "I eat Teslas for breakfast." No chunky grille, no weird oversized openings, it's clean, minimal, elegant. Swing around to the side and boom, you notice the proportions, long wheelbase, short overhangs, and a roofline that's more coupe than sedan. Think Porsche Taycan, but stretched out for maximum presence. The flush door handles pop out like something straight out of sci-fi, and the wheels, 21-inch alloys that look like they were carved out of some alien spaceship turbine. But here's the detail I can't get over, the silhouette. Most sedans either look sporty or executive. The IM L7 somehow manages to look both. It's got that business class presence you'd expect from an S-Class, but the sporty aggression of an Audi RS7, like it can take you to a black tie event or dust a sports car on the freeway. And in the back, oh man, the taillight bar stretches the entire width, giving it that futuristic cyber glow. It's like every premium brand said, we want our cars to look modern, and IM Motors said, hold my beer. Now here's what's wild. If you park this thing next to a BMW i7, a Mercedes EQS, or even a Lucid Air, most people wouldn't even know it's Chinese. They'd assume it's another $120,000 German flagship. That's how premium it looks. But here's where I get jealous as an American car fan. In China, you see these things on the road already. Imagine driving something that looks this futuristic and paying half of what you would for a Tesla. We're over here still arguing about whether Teslas should have stalks or yokes, and IM is just casually building starships. That's the outside, but wait until you see the inside. It makes Tesla look like a rental car. Smash that subscribe button so you don't miss this reveal. Okay, buckle up because the outside may be sharp, but the inside is where the IM Motors L7 will make your jaw drop. The first thing you notice, screens. Massive, wall-to-wall screens. The dashboard is basically a 39-inch triple screen setup that runs across the front like a digital IMAX theater. And it's not just for show, it's fully functional. Driver info, entertainment, navigation, passenger entertainment, all seamless. Then there's this wild party trick. The center screen can rotate. Yeah, you heard me right. It literally swivels so you can either focus on driving or switch it for co-pilot entertainment. Imagine cruising down the highway and your passenger turns the screen into their personal Netflix theater. The steering wheel is futuristic too, flat-bottomed, minimalist, with haptic feedback. Behind it, augmented reality heads-up display that overlays directions, warnings, and even navigation arrows directly onto the road. Tesla fans brag about FSD visualizations, but this is Minority Report on wheels. And the seats? Luxury level, no joke. Leather so soft you'd swear they shaved it off baby unicorns. Full massage functions, ventilation, heating, and because this is China, they go heavy on the details. Even the stitching patterns scream premium. Rear passengers, they're not forgotten. You've got executive-style reclining seats, touch screens built into the armrests, and enough legroom to stretch like you're in business class. Honestly, if you've ever sat in the back of a Mercedes S-Class, this feels eerily familiar, except it's in a Chinese car that costs way less. But wait, here's the kicker, the IA integration. IM calls it their intelligent companion. It responds to natural voice commands in a way that makes Siri sound like a flip phone. You can literally say, "Hey IM, I'm tired," and it'll dim the lights, recline your seat, and put on relaxing music. I mean, what? Tech like this is supposed to be in six-figure cars, right? And yet, here it is, in a sedan that undercuts Tesla's Model S. Too good to be true? Maybe, but it's real. Now, let me hit you with the stuff nobody talks about, the little details that make the IML7 feel like it belongs in a class of its own. The door handles, they don't just pop out, they glide out with this smooth mechanical whisper like the car is politely inviting you in. Shut the doors and you get that satisfying luxury thud, the kind that makes even BMW owners jealous. The ambient lighting isn't just pick a color. Nope, it adapts to your mood and even syncs with your playlist. Play something calm, the cabin glows soft blues and purples. Crank up something hype, the lights pulse with the beat. That's nightclub energy in a sedan. And look up, there's a panoramic glass roof with an electrochromic tint. One tap and it goes from clear to shaded, so you can go full stargazer or private jet mode whenever you want. And here's my favorite flex, the scent system. Yeah, this car literally comes with a built-in fragrance diffuser, and you can swap out cartridges depending on your vibe. Fresh morning, citrus. Long road trip, something calming. It's like the car is saying, don't worry, I'll set the mood. Even the speaker grills are custom-etched aluminum with tiny patterns that line up perfectly with the leather stitching. You don't notice it until you do, and then you can't stop staring. These aren't gimmicks, they're signals. They're what tell you this isn't just another EV. It's a luxury statement that costs half of what you'd expect. Now, here's where it gets interesting for families. The L7 isn't no tiny sedan. It's nearly 5.1 meters long. That's bigger than a BMW 5 Series and almost touching S-Class territory. Seating for 5 adults with a trunk that could swallow your Costco run whole. For families in the US or Europe who are used to the practicality of a Toyota Camry or Honda Accord, this thing just embarrasses them. More space, more comfort, more features. The only catch, good luck convincing your kids to ever leave the back seats. But does it have the muscle to back it up? Trust me, the numbers under the hood are wild. Hit that subscribe so you don't miss it. Underneath that sleek body, the IML7 packs serious numbers. It's an all-electric sedan with dual-motor all-wheel drive. That means instant torque, all-wheel grip, and a 0 to 60 time of just 3.9 seconds. Yeah, this luxury cruiser will smoke most sports cars off the line. Range? Up to 615 miles on China's CLTC cycle. Even if you adjust that for real-world driving, you're looking at 500 plus miles. That's more than a Tesla Model S, more than a Lucid Air, and way more than anything coming out of Germany right now. Charging? Up to 300 kilowatt DC fast charging. That means 10 to 80% in around 30 minutes. Perfect for a coffee stop. Battery tech. IM uses high-density packs co-developed with CATL, which is basically the kin of batteries worldwide. So reliability and efficiency are locked in. But here's the real kicker. In China, this car plugs into a massive high-speed charging network that's already way ahead of what we've got in the US or Europe. We're talking nationwide 300 kilowatt stations that make even Tesla's superchargers look a little outdated. In fact, China has more public fast chargers than the rest of the world combined. Yeah, combined. And that's where things get interesting, because while the L7 could thrive in its home market, the big question is what happens when it lands in America or Europe? Will the existing infrastructure be enough, or will Western drivers finally start demanding the kind of charging speed and availability China already takes for granted? If you're enjoying this breakdown, make sure to smash that subscribe button, because we're just getting started, and trust me, the wildest part is still coming. Okay, so here's the moment you've been waiting for. With all this luxury, performance, and tech, you're probably guessing the IML7 costs $120K, maybe $100K if you're being generous. Nope, in China, the L7 starts at around $50,000. Let me repeat that, $50,000. That's less than a base Tesla Model S, less than a BMW 5 Series, and you're getting a car that looks, feels, and drives like a six-figure luxury flagship. That's the part that stings for us in the West. Imagine buying a car that embarrasses German sedans for the price of a Toyota Highlander. Unreal, right? But price isn't everything. Let's talk safety, because that's where the real debate begins. Don't forget to subscribe if you're into cars that break all the rules. Now, before you say, okay, but is it safe? Here's the deal. The IML7 comes loaded with advanced driver assistance, adaptive cruise, lane centering, emergency braking, blind spot monitoring, basically everything you'd expect in a modern flagship. On top of that, it's got LiDAR sensors for semi-autonomous driving, giving it an edge over Tesla's camera-only approach. Crash ratings in China are solid, but the big question is how it would perform under US and European standards. On paper, though, it's got the tech and the hardware to compete head-to-head with the best. But here's the elephant in the room. Will cars like the IML7 ever make it to the US? Regulations, politics, safety standards, they all stand in the way. And even if it did, would Americans trust a $50K Chinese luxury car over a tried-and-true BMW or Tesla? So here's the question. Is the IML7 the future family sedan, or just a flashy flop we'll never get our hands on?